What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast. And this is our NFL Conference Championship game predictions. Another mini episode. This one's probably going to be the quickest out of all of them since we only had 4 games last week. And we're only predicting 2 games this week. So coming down to the wire. I guess we'll start with the AFC games. I guess we got the Ravens beating the Texans. The Niners and the Ravens were both number 1 seeds. They were both looking a little shaky in the first quarter. Still trying to knock off some rust, but the Ravens in the second half really dominated and really took control of the game versus the Texans. What do you think, Noah, about the Ravens?
Yeah, I think that's how most of their games have gone this year. The slow start, pick it up second half. Unlike last year, where they were a first half team and they would lose the lead in the second half. But they look good. They looked really good. The run defense looked great. So that's something to look out for when they face Isaiah Pacheco. It's not going to help Mahomes' pass game. So it'll be interesting to see when they face the Chiefs for sure.
Yeah, and then the Chiefs knocked off the Buffalo Bills, which was very sad. As I really wanted Buffalo to do it, and a lot of people said this year has been their best years, that they could make the AFC Championship, but a little wide right action for Tyler Bass on the field goal to tie the game, and then Mahomes just killed him again.
Yeah, I think this was probably Buffalo's last chance with at least their current team to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But their defense is getting really old, so they're going to have to start replacing some of those guys. I don't know the contracts on them, but
Yeah.
they're going to have to add another wide receiver. Josh Allen's going to start making his big money next year, so they're not going to have a lot of wiggle room on the cap space. So
Yeah.
it's going to get harder from here on out for
Yeah.
them. But Josh Allen looked good. He looked like top 2, top 3 quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
And you can't really blame the loss on him. Yeah, like people were saying, like in the last possession where he could have hit Stephon Diggs on the under route, but that guy in the end zone was wide open. He just didn't make the throw, surprisingly, since he's known for his arm. But
I
it's
think
tough.
it was also tough that Gabe Davis was basically out every game in the playoffs. And
yeah, but also, I don't know. Gabe Davis is such a hit or miss. It's like,
yeah, but just having another guy out there,
yeah,
he's usually the big play guy though too. So
yeah, and I believe his contract's up, so he probably won't be back. So
yeah,
let's see who they add. If they can add anybody, he's gonna have to be a vet probably with all the contracts. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that team. I think this was their last chance.
Yeah, a lot of people said that next year it's gonna feel like they're even farther away from the chance of playing the Super Bowl than this year, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. People are saying that Belichick should take over for Sean McDermott for the Bills. I don't know. I don't think the head coach is gonna make a difference, but I would say the play calling for Buffalo, I don't know if those were the right plays to call, like little out routes. I know they were trying to bleed the clock so to not give Mahomes time, but I think they were just hurting themselves just trying to make the quick play.
Yeah, but I say it's tough when you have Mahomes on the other side. He can go down the field in a minute. So it's like you want to give him as little time as possible, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out. I mean, it could have been another overtime finish, but is just a crazy, unfortunate, wild curve on the kick.
Yeah.
Insane movement on that.
Yeah, it was just never had a chance. It was just up and then boom, right.
Yep.
off the foot. All right, on to the NFC. Lions took down the Buccaneers. It was pretty close there. I think a lot of people didn't think that the Buccaneers were going to stay in that game for as long as they did. Um, Baker Mayfield just, had some turnovers at the end that didn't really help him. But the Lions are good, and they're a scary team.
Yeah, once again, another team with a great run defense. Rashad White couldn't really run the ball, but they were giving up a lot of yards to the running back on a pass, so that's a little concerning. Um, but yeah, the Lions offense looked really good. Their run defense really good.
Hmm.
They have two good safeties out there. I mean,
Yeah,
they had a good looking team out there, so it's gonna. I think they're probably. I don't know. I think they're probably the most rounded team out of the teams remaining. And I know
yeah,
it's really hard to say that with the Ravens and the 49ers, but there's just something about that Lions team. I just feel like every position, offensive line, defensive
yeah,
line, even though they have a young linebackers, like they're just two great running backs. Like they
yeah,
look good. They're looking scary.
yeah. And of course, they're going to go up against the 49ers, who it's close on there, held off the Packers. Jordan Love was looking good. Um, had a costly mistake there at the end, throwing an interception to end the game. But overall, he looked good. Aaron Jones, and I think you hit on the Aaron Jones rushing pick on underdog. Uh, yeah, man, the Niners couldn't stop the run. They couldn't get pressure on the QB, so it's gonna be a little rough. Luckily, Jared Goff isn't a running QB, but if they can't put pressure on the QB, it's gonna be a rough day.
Yeah,
And
I
if
don't
they
really.
can't stop the run up the middle, they also have Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery who can
That's
also do that.
Yeah, that's the thing about the 49ers defensive line. I feel like they're a really good pass rush team. They're not the best run defense team. Chase Young has kind of disappeared.
Yeah,
Um, that's not good because they got him specifically to, get to the quarterback.
yeah,
Their cornerbacks have looked better, surprisingly. But
yeah.
yeah, the 49ers defense they did hold up at the end there, but they have looked shaky
Hmm.
to me. Brock Purdy, tough game for Brock Purdy. He did have the good last drive at the end of the game.
Yeah,
He had a couple really good throws in there, but he also had, I think, three dropped picks, which were,
yeah,
man, if one of those or two of those are picked, it's a completely different game,
yeah,
and he's going to have to be at his best
yeah,
against the Lions defense because Aiden Hutchinson rushing the passer, two good defensive tackles, cornerbacks, safeties who can get to the ball.
yeah.
So yeah, the Lions running game though, man, I don't know about this 49ers defense right now. It's gonna be an interesting game for sure.
Yeah, I'm a little worried to say the least.
I think this team is probably the worst matchup for the 49ers.
Yeah,
If they had faced um the Buccaneers, like Rashad White, really good running back, but he's not known for just dropping 100-yard games, We
yeah.
have Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery, two guys who
Can drop 100
drop
yards
100 easy.
each. Yeah,
And they both catch the ball out of the backfield, so
yeah,
it's it'll be a good fun
yeah.
game.
Well, I'll pull up the graphic here so everyone can see it. But we'll go into our predictions. Kansas City and the Ravens. They're the first game, luckily, because I will be gone in the morning, so thank God. So, Chiefs Ravens. It's the Ravens to lose, I would say. I would say they're the better overall team than the Chiefs, but hey, the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. He's always, people didn't think they were going to win on the road, and he's been proving everyone wrong. Also, Jason Kelsey will have his shirt off probably at this game as well, chugging beers.
Yeah, going crazy.
Yeah. I don't really like the Chiefs, but Jason Kelsey I can get behind.
Yeah, well, he's an Eagle, so
He's
uh,
ridiculous.
former Eagle for free agent. This is supposedly not retired yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think the Ravens got this one. Josh Allen was running the ball pretty well when he did against the Chiefs, and Lamar Jackson was completely destroying the Texans defense running the ball. I think the Ravens got it.
Yeah.
I don't see how they lose this. I just like I think they have a better defense than the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Arguably the better quarterback in the game. It's just the run game for them.
Yeah.
The running backs are not like Isaiah Pacheco's better, but receiver wise, Zay Flowers and Rashee Rice, two rookies, both sides. It's kind of a wash. I'll just go with the Ravens.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I would love to see the Niners win. If they do win, it's like, who do you want them to face, right? And honestly, it's a hard choice. Like, I really don't want to see the Chiefs, but I think the Chiefs don't have as many weapons as the Ravens do, and their defense is, they're still good, but not as good as the Ravens. But I really don't want to see the Mahomes in the Super Bowl. So I think the Ravens got this. Lamar Jackson just has to show up. He's been looking good in the playoffs. Finally got the monkey off his back. So
Yeah, it kind of just feels like it's Lamar's year.
yeah,
Just how it's been
gonna
going
win
for him.
MVP.
Yeah,
So
it just feels like this is like it's meant to be for
yeah,
Lamar to go to the Super Bowl and prove all the people wrong who didn't
yeah,
want to try and trade for him at the very least. Um,
yeah,
Especially the Falcons. That's crazy. The Falcons didn't even try. But yeah, this looking like the Ravens right now. Looking
yeah.
like it's their Super Bowl.
And then, of course, the NFC Championship, the second game, we get the Lions going to the 49ers. If Debo plays, it's 50-50 on Debo. The Niners definitely miss Debo and his ability to run the ball and catch the ball and just get just break tackles. So of course I'm going with the Niners, but Noah, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be a the better of the two games, which is tough to say because those are two great teams on the other side also. But this one's more of a toss up in my opinion, and I think the Lions will upset. This kind of they're on a magical run right now. Also,
Mhm.
they're back in the playoffs for the first time in however many years. They won a playoff game for the first time in however many years.
Yeah,
I think they're just playing for more. I think that's just what it is. And I like Brock Purdy. I think he's a great quarterback, but he's gotten away with some mistakes all year that you know he got lucky. So
yeah,
we'll see if the Lions can take advantage of some of those missed throws that Brock Purdy has been doing the past couple of games.
yeah. Lions going on the road as well. They've been at home the last two games. They were playing with the noise, the crowd level. So I mean, it's not going to be a factor, but still.
And Jared Goff has his experience. He's been here before. He's been to the Super Bowl before, so I feel like that does play a factor into these type of games.
Yeah,
Same thing with the Patrick Mahomes, he's been there before, so he can will a team
yeah,
to at the very least make it close, make it competitive.
yeah. So I got the Niners. Noah's got the Lions, and we both have the Ravens. Quick question before we end this episode. Noah, just thought of this. I thought of this right now. Who is the best team out of these 4?
I think it's easily the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. Who's the
Um,
least?
I said before the Lions are the most well-rounded team, but
Oh,
they're also probably the least experienced team other than
okay.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, but who's the worst team? Like overall.
Pro- Probably the Lions.
Ooh.
but I think it's
Interesting.
between the Lions and the Chiefs, just for the Chiefs' weapons. But the Chiefs' defense is so good that I think you have to give them the edge. Just
Yeah.
defense and Patrick Mahomes alone probably put them in
Okay.
third out of these teams. But
It's so hard.
the Lions are an upset like team. You know, like
Yeah.
they're no slouch of a team.
Yeah.
They can easily go in there and win the game. Like they started off the season like what 9-1 or whatever it was. So like
Yeah.
they're not a bad team at all.
Yeah. It's hard. Every team has pros and cons, you know. Full
Yeah,
if like
it's
everyone
just
healthy, everyone playing well, I could easily go the Niners, of course. Like
it's just the 49ers run defense the past couple of games has not been good,
a
and
little shaky.
that's literally what the Lions are known for is their running game. So that's the
Yeah.
if they can hold the running game to a respectable level, then they can win the game.
Yeah,
But
let's not do anything crazy here, you know, like 200 yards
yeah, if they can
first
hold them
half.
to 150
Yeah.
in the game, then maybe. But that just opens up so much for Jared Goff, you know. So
Yeah.
it's really tough.
Yeah. So those are our NFL conference championship predictions. We're getting down to the wire, like I said. Super Bowl in 2 weeks. And hopefully that's the Niners in there, of course, since I am a Niners fan. But I will be happy either way.
I have no preference.
Yeah. Just outside
I can be
looking in
completely
now.
wrong on these two picks, and I would not care.
Yeah. But yeah, that's we'll have underdog picks on our Friday's episode. Only got 2 games doing it on Friday. Uh yeah, new episode on Friday. A lot has happened. A lot has happened during the week.
Today,
So
a lot
yeah,
too.
today a lot happened today. So
NBA, football,
yeah, we'll cover everything then, and we'll see
baseball.
everyone in the next one.